when Mr. Modi came to power, that this is what he was going to drive the economy. At the end of the day, the slogan is fine, but whether it's the skill development program or whether it's Startup India, it hasn't really taken off.
There's no one-stop solution, Rajdeep, to this. It has to be manufacturing. You know, we are a big economy. We can't just import everything. It's not going to be possible. We have to be into manufacturing. We have to be into services. We have to latch on to all the new areas that are coming up, like artificial intelligence. Tomorrow there's going to be an industry like space tourism which doesn't exist today. So we have to latch on to places, you know, things like this. So we have to create opportunities for our youth to be able to get into these industries and to create these industries. So startup is just one way of doing it. There has to be manufacturing, there has to be services sector, there will be services
around
it.
But our ecosystem is still seen to have, and the point was made by Shweta yesterday, we still have too much of government and very little governance. There's so much of talk of minimum government, maximum governance, yet the number of permissions required to start up.
Like for startup, yes. Regarding Startup India, they give you a little bit of a grant to start out a business. But to be able to get that grant, there's so many processes in place. A startup needs to be registered. There are a lot of checks and balances which automatically filters out a lot of good ideas which have a lot of potential. Taking forward Rajeev's point about the next future job creators, what's happened is that construction, which has traditionally been a big job creating industry, that's become very automated. And Mr. Gadkari's work has largely been building highways, which has been in urban areas. Rural infrastructure comes under the Rural Development Ministry, and we've not seen much work on that front. So construction traditionally and in services IT, these have been the two big job creating industries. We don't know where the next growth in jobs is going to come from.
But the real growth has to come surely in a country like ours in small and micro enterprises. These are the enterprises that got hurt the most after demonetization and GST. Why not conceive that? And now, as the government tries to come up with plans of easy loans to these industries, accept that they are going to have to be your focus. If you get re-elected, you're going to have to make sure that that happens. Is that the mistake that you all made initially? You didn't realize the impact demo would have on those small and micro enterprises.
See, Rajeev, we haven't made any mistake. In fact, all the structural reform which has been undertaken by the government, today we see the economy is in such a shape that
look at the figures.
We have created an environment.
Jobs lost.
Today we are talking about digital
lost
economy.
According to CMIE,
you know,
mainly in the informal sector, mainly in rural India. Why not accept that?
No, let me just give my
argument. The real estate sector impacts 127 industries downstream. See, it's a very big impact. It's not a small impact.
Temporarily, yes, because of demonetization, you can see some job loss, but over a period of time, everything has recovered. Secondly, what is more important, that there is a challenge. All the jobs which have been created, both in formal sector, informal sector, does not get captured in one place. For instance, you have given a number of EPFO, but did you capture the ESI number? You didn't capture the ESI number. It has not been captured because I can see
this is the problem, that you will use different figures. No, because can only go by anecdotal evidence plus a CMI report, which, as Dr. Vyas pointed out, was household surveys. Are you telling me there has been no impact?
What did he say? He said that the rural masses, the women has large jobs, they were not informal sector jobs he was talking about, which cannot be verified through any mechanism, that those were the jobs which has been lost. No, let me just 10 more seconds. Yes. See, ESIC number is not there. Secondly, the EPF number captures only where organization which has more than 20 employees, but there are many organizations which does not have 15% of the job market, plus informal sector. But away from that, you have to see the Mudra scheme. Number of entrepreneurs we have been able to create purely because...
We have a special story on the Mudra scheme which shows how in many of those cases
each entrepreneur have given employment to many. So in rural areas, these number does not get captured in CMI report, but in our report, in Mudra scheme, is the bank's report, it does get captured.
Okay, so you insist that there has been no failure on the job front. Very quickly, Gaurav Bala, we are running out of time.
If they feel that they had created enough jobs, I would like to congratulate. But economically, I will give you 2-3 small points that jobs are not created. Economic data shows jobs can be created when there is a gross fixed capital formation in percentage of GDP, which is lowest. Private investment capex is reduced by 65%.
Yes.
Government investment in capex reduced by 35%. FDI inflow reduced by 7%. Non-food credit to the banks by banks is reduced by 7%.
You have a solution.
Still, if they feel that jobs are created,
solution.
What want
is
to
happening.
prove
I don't know
that
from where you
economics
have
is
got
wrong.
this number,
What would you
Dr.
do
Mullah?
that Narendra Modi's government did?
Capital formation last 18 months is huge.
First thing, jobs can be created when you had a consistent impact on capex. They doesn't have any policy for the private investment.
But government has actually
I think
increased
I need to rebut. I must give you one
Last
number.
3 years, the banking sector was in hell because 1 year they lost in counting notes. What the hell they will do? Due credit to the new capex.
I think
They
Rajeev,
destroyed
10
the
seconds.
financial institutions.
Rajeev, 10
No
That's
new
the problem.
credit.
We are
If there is no new credit, how jobs are going to be
We are
created?
still talking about capex. We are still
when our
talking
government
about
is going
old
to
ideas, and that's the
focus
problem.
will be on MSME and the credit growth.
That's
Okay,
the problem.
let's leave it there. We've run completely out of time. I think we've given enough time to both sides to explain their views, both on the universal basic income scheme and on the challenge of job creation. That's it on Votonomics 2019. Thanks very much for watching. We'll be back tomorrow with another special subject, this time focusing on the big agriculture challenge. That's when we return. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.